Thursday afternoon, everyone. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot. Thank you so very much for turning up and tuning in, for liking, subscribing, commenting, hitting the notification button, and sharing. Everything you do here helps this channel grow. This is a special message, special message that I was compelled to do, drawn to do by Spirit. This is what Spirit needs you to know at this moment. For some of you it may resonate with, for some of you it may not, and that is okay. So I want you to just sit back and relax and kind of tune into Spirit and take with you what resonates. Put it where it will do you the most good, and don't worry about the rest. It'll come in time. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know at this moment. What does Spirit need us to know at this moment? What does Spirit need us to know at this moment? Spirit's like, we don't need to know anything, go home. So we have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups really resonates with Spirit trying to offer you or trying to present you with something that has the potential of really putting you on the path of, be it emotional happiness or abundance, or even putting you on the path so you're able to come into balance with your own emotional self or with an emotional situation. But it kind of feels like right now you're in a place of complacency and boredom, and you don't really want to, it feels like you don't really want to right now deal with anything too overly emotional or too in your face at the moment, right? Even though what Spirit is offering you is a time to reflect and put yourself in a position of really understanding yourself emotionally and moving into a time of knowing what you need to walk away from and knowing what you need to walk toward. You still seem to be in a place of complacency or boredom, or really not wanting to have anything to do about that at the moment. When we are faced with big changes, it is very difficult for us to really see the changes that need to be done, because we have to admit that changes are very intimidating, very scary. And when we're sitting in a place of comfortability, the last thing that we want to do is stir life up with making extreme changes. And the changes don't have to be extreme. Spirit isn't saying that. Spirit isn't saying that you have to go through your life with a fine-tooth comb and eject everyone and everything that, you know, isn't serving your purpose. Spirit's not saying that. Spirit is saying, though, it is time for you to look at your life from a different perspective and start taking accountability for what you are being given and what you have to do to create the path that you desire to create. This could possibly be walking away from situations, relationships, friendships, partnerships that don't serve you emotionally and haven't for quite some time. And we keep looking at this opportunity and we know what we have to do, and we are very much aware of what needs to be replaced or what needs to be, I'm going to use the word evicted, out of our lives in order for us to take that next step on our journey. But when we are in a place of comfortability, why mess with the status quo? Why mess with what feels right? Why mess with the comfortability or the complacency, right? Why mess with, why stir the pot? Why go from what we know and what's comfortable to moving out on our own and messing things up, or moving into a time of uncertainty, or not knowing the what's, the where's, the when's, the why's, the how's of how things are going to happen. Because right now we are pretty sure we know what is happening, right? We are complacent, we're bored, we don't want to move forward, we're in denial, we are not looking at the things that we should be looking at in order to move forward. So once you start taking that accountability, once you start making those decisions that need to be made, doors open, other doors close. Things start moving into a time of strength and power and balance, and you start recognizing and taking accountability for your part in this co-creation relationship with spirit, right? Because if you're sitting here and you're not doing what needs to be done in order to make this change or come into this next chapter, then spirit has no choice but to, I guess, hold back these wonderful experiences until you are ready. And you may be saying to yourself, how could, causing chaos and havoc in my life by going through change be a good experience? Well, the great experience comes from the strength that you have to make the change that you know you need to make, and the next chapter of having also that strength to walk through and into the unknown and start creating what it is that you're looking to create. So we have the crow looking at the cup, and we have this crow looking at this cup going, hey, and we have this crow looking at this crow, looking at this crow, looking at the cup going, chop, chop, come on. There are great things over here waiting for you. Why haven't you made that move yet? And as I said, it's very difficult for us because we sit in a place of complacency and uncertainty. And look at this, you have two cards, kings. It's all about stepping into that divine masculine, taking control, taking charge, making the decisions that you need to make, and stepping into this with creativity, with passion, with love, and compassion for self, looking toward the future. So now we have this crow looking at this crow, looking at this crow, looking at this crow, going, take the cup. There's a lot for you over here. Just do it. And then we have this crow looking into the future. We have this crow constantly aware that we are in this co-creation relationship with Source and Spirit. We have this chameleon who is ready to fit in to where we need to fit into to create this life of emotional abundance or prosperity, or this life of moving forward, or connection with divine, or raising our vibration, or. So fill in your blanks, right? So this is, I kind of feel like, all about doing life work, stepping out of that comfort zone. That's too many. Stepping out of that comfort zone, and if they're meant to come out there, they will. Stepping out of that comfort zone and moving into a time of taking charge, So this doesn't have to be a battle. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be a battle. It doesn't have to be a fight. It doesn't have to be you thinking that by going through this time of change that other people will try to, it almost feels as if like the reason why you are not taking this cup is that you feel it's going to be too much of a fight to walk away and to move forward, right? And these are decisions that you have to make, right? It doesn't have to be a fight. It doesn't have to be some kind of to-do where you fear that other people may take advantage of this time of change for you, or it doesn't have to be you picking battles that don't necessarily have to be fought. It's like it almost feels like it's all in your head. So you're making excuses for yourself on why you can't take this cup and walk away from what doesn't serve you into this new time because of what? Because you feel that people may take advantage of you. You feel that it's too intimidating. You feel that it has to be this ginormous fight, and through this ginormous fight, people who have been by your side will leave you because of the emotions that you're going to go through during this change. Well, trust me when I tell you that if they wanted the best for you, and if they wanted to be by your side during this change, no amount of how you're feeling in your head is going to stop them from being your cheerleading section, right? So if they are abandoning you during this time, if they are moving away from you or dropping out of your life at this time because of this change that you have the opportunity to go through, they weren't there for you in the beginning. So now it's time for you to make up your mind on what you want to do. There's a lot of choices that need to be made, and this is all about you. This is all about you making these choices to stand in your own strength, to stand up for what you believe in, to make the decision to stay in the complacency or to walk out of that comfort zone and walk into something different, and having the strength to make the decisions that you need to make for you, and then being able to fit into any environment or situation without allowing what used to be the chaos and the all in your head chaos and drama and uncertainty and unworthiness and all of that. And there may be even times where you get so frustrated by this change that you start, I guess, defending yourself, or others start saying things to you to trigger you. I guess it's the word I'm going to use, to trigger you, and you start really feeling the need to defend yourself and using words that hurt. And that's just another way of losing people who are trying to help you through this time, right? So pick your battles carefully, and this doesn't have to be one of them. And if there are people who are moving out of your life because of this change, then they weren't meant to be in your life anyways. So there's a lot of decisions that you have to make here in regards to this time, and it is a journey. It is a journey. It is about finding that spark of inspiration to put you on a road of hold on for 1 second, I dropped a card. Put you on a road of accountability for your life, accountability for your future, accountability for the decisions that you're making, and then protecting yourself from the people who may have manipulated you or taken advantage of you or hurt you or deceived you in the past, right? So the question is, do we stay in a place of complacency, a place where it's comfortable, and, a place of what you know, right? And it's a very difficult decision to make, because when we're in this state of in the box and not taking the opportunities for change and taking the opportunities to move forward, when we're in that place, we become very comfortable in that place, and we second guess ourselves so much that we allow these opportunities to pass us by. And when we think we are ready to move forward and Spirit starts presenting, we have fear. of stepping out again, and then we go back, and then it becomes a pattern. And at some point in time, that wheel needs to be broken. At some point in time, change needs to happen. At some point in time, we have to walk away from this time of giving and giving and giving and not allowing ourselves to receive. And we have to walk away from that to move into the next chapter. And you don't have to constantly defend yourself. You don't have to constantly, you don't have to be angry. You don't have to be trite. You don't have to be, and you don't have to accept that either, right? You don't have to accept people telling you that you're crazy. You don't have to accept people being mean to you. You don't have to accept people judging you for the decisions that you make. That's your freedom of choice. That's what freedom of choice is. Do I stand here and listen and accept and give these people my power by standing here and accepting what they're saying about me? Or do I disassociate myself and walk the other way? Because I know the decisions that I'm making in my life are the right decisions. And the reason why that they're upset is because they don't have the courage to do what I just did. And that's why they're upset. That's why they're angry. That's why they feel the need to tear you down. Because they haven't had the courage to build themselves up like you have. They haven't had the courage to step out of that box and to walk away from that mentality of unworthiness and undeserving and unhappiness. So Spirit wants you to know that we are right there by you. We are extending you this opportunity. We are opening a door for you that has the potential to allow you to step into your own power. We have a life waiting for you that is filled with passion and power and happiness and strength and this connection to Source and Spirit. We have a life for you that is, that you make the decisions here. You're in charge here. You're never completely in control, but you are in charge here, and you're in charge to make the decisions of how we go forward together, of how we go on this journey together. Protecting yourself from those who want to emotionally harm you. Protecting yourself from those who want to spiritually use you and emotionally use you. Protecting yourself from those who have used you for quite some time. You are going to be fine. All you have to do is say, I accept this offer, Spirit, and I am ready to walk away from what doesn't serve me. And I am ready to shut those doors that have no longer benefited me, and to walk into this new chapter of my life, standing in my own power, making my own decisions, being passionate about where I desire to be, and creative, being able to fit in, being able to be expressive, expressing my own individuality and looking forward to the future, and not allowing other people to put me in a situation where I constantly have to defend myself, or I allow them to drag me down, or I allow them to confuse me, or I allow them to put me in a position of where I'm constantly being angry or defending myself and saying mean things and spiteful things. I'm ready to make the decisions that I need to make to go forward here, and I'm ready to protect myself at whatever cost. And I thank you, Spirit, for opening this door for me and extending this beautiful cup on my behalf. Know that you are divinely guided. Know that we are with you. Know that we are rooting for you. Know love, be love, give love. Until next time, take care of you.